So there was some breaking news today. I didn't find out till I got off work and clicked on Facebook, but Bob Iger, now former CEO of the Walt Disney Company, has stepped down immediately. He's still on the board, so he's still working with the company. He's still on the executive board, but as far as CEO, he has stepped down, which is kind of bittersweet in my opinion, but this is just my humble opinion. It's kind of sad because he's been CEO of the Walt Disney Company for a long time. Like, I worked at Walt Disney World. I did my first internship for Walt Disney World in 2009, and he was the CEO. And so, you know, for as long as I had been a cast member, he has always been the head honcho. And, you know, let's just put this disclaimer out there. Every CEO, every movie executive, every business person, Fortune 500 company businessman has always done some corrupt, stupid, crazy shit. Whether betray somebody, take somebody's position, not pay their workers, you know, more than enough of a living wage. Like, nobody's perfect. So let's just throw that out the way. Now, why I feel like it's sad, at least for the Walt Disney Company, is because Bob Iger did a lot of shit. Like, I've watched so many documentaries and interviews and even read some of his book. I didn't read the whole thing, but I read some of his book. He's done a lot of things for the Walt Disney Company. Like, he saved that company from, you know, post Iger. What was the guy before him? Eisner. Sorry, Eisner. Michael Eisner. Like, by the time he came into the company, like, he first started off at ABC, and then he moved. By the time he became CEO of the company, so much shit was a disarray. Animators were upset. Some were on strike. Steve Jobs, who was running Pixar at the time, was like, fuck Disney, fuck the company. Like, they split off. It was just tragic. And Bob Iger came and restored a lot of relationships. He restored the relationship with Steve Jobs. And was it Steven Spielberg? Steve Jobs and someone else who started Pixar. I can't remember who else was his partner, but he restored the relationship, said, hey, let's talk, let's make this right. And he got us Pixar back to where it is now. And then oh my gosh, talk about the acquisitions he did. While he was in charge, he has given us Marvel, he has given us Pixar, he has given us Star Wars. Now, we can debate how Star Wars has happened since Disney. I have not had an issue. I'm enjoying Star Wars post Disney because I wasn't that big of a fan of it before Disney. I just found it boring and just not my style, but I'm a different kind of nerd. Sorry, don't hate me, but go back and watch my Star Wars video, a couple of videos back from a couple of months ago. But he gave us those great companies. Before he left, like, he got Fox, well, part of Fox, some of Fox stuff, Fox Properties, 20th Century. He has got ESPN, of course, ABC. They've always been partner parent companies, but and then just look at what we have now. He's given us Disney Plus. He bought Hulu, like, and I'm not going to give him all the credit, but as CEO, so much great stuff has happened under him. He has put so many people in position to give us amazing products. Like, Disney is king as far as I'm concerned, and y'all can say, oh, they're monopolizing, it's not fair, big company, big brother, not good, yada yada. I don't give a fuck. I'm just talking about entertainment. As far as entertainment, as far as a Disney fan who enjoy the movies, the films, the video games, the books, the theme parks, anything they come out with, he has given us a lot in his tenure as leader. Michael Eisner was very ambitious with a lot of stuff, but Michael Eisner also rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And I feel like Bob Iger came in, like I said, restore some broken relationships. And yes, he was a flawed man. Yes, he's made some mistakes. Not everything he touched was gold. Not everything was perfect. But one thing I got to give him credit is, at least from the outside looking in, because I don't know the workings backstage, but at least from the outside looking in, compared to past CEOs, Bob Iger was all about making peace with people and not enemies. Whereas Michael Eisner was like, fuck this, y'all gonna do what I want to do, and if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out. You know, Michael Eisner was burning bridges. Bob Iger was rebuilding those bridges that was burnt and building more bridges that wasn't even thought of being built. And so, and coming from a cast member who used to work at Disney World, you know, internships and stuff. Yes, there were some flaws. Yes, you know, the pay wasn't the best, you know, stuff like that. But even though he's gone now, effective immediately as CEO, he did make improvements before he walked out. Like I got some cast member friends who still work for the company, and they said from 2009, when we first started off in internships, things have gotten so much better, you know, as far as like insurance, you know, benefits, the pay, the hours. Things have gotten so much better for them. Health insurance, they're getting their partners covered, and their kids covered. So he has done a lot of good things that I feel outweigh the bad things. And so all I have to do, as a former cast member, I have to say, Bob Iger, thank you for what you've given us. Thank you for what you get in the company. Thank you for all the hard work. I'm giving you your flowers while you're still alive. And, you know, for what it's worth, you did the best you could with what you got. Because when they gave you the company, it was a shit show. If all the documentaries and all the stories that cast members, animators, you know, other creatives had to say, well, before you walked in, it was a shit show. It was mayhem. It was crazy. They didn't, you know, DreamWorks and a lot of other competitors was coming in and whooping Disney's ass. And you came and restored a lot of that shit. And so, thank you, Bob Iger. It's sad to see you go. I know you're still on the executive board, but I just hope that the next CEO who takes over the company either continue your legacy or go beyond for the good. We don't need no more Michael Eisners. You know, Michael Eisner did do some good things, but his reputation and his relationship with other creators, other people, other companies, other executives and directors and stuff was not the best. And how he treated cast members in the parks was not the best. But you, sir, you did amazing. You did the best you could. You restored a lot of relationships. You restored the company and made it bigger than ever. Say what you want about capitalism. I'm just speaking from a former cast member to my former CEO. You know, you for what it's worth, you did great in my eyes. I can't speak for other cast members, I can't speak for other people, but you did great. Good job. We will miss you, and I pray that your successor continue your legacy, continue building bridges and not burning them, continue improving the lives of your cast members and your animators and your creators, your directors and stuff, and do better. Whatever mistakes you made, I hope this new CEO fixes those, you know, just like you fixed the person before you. And that's that. You know, you did a great job, Bob. Proud of you, and hope you enjoy retirement. That is it. What do you guys think of this story? Was it shocking to you? You know, he kept saying he was going to retire or step down, but then he kept pushing it back and pushing it back. And while he was pushing it back on the day back, I don't even know if it was him pushing the day back. I think he'd been ready to go when he first announced it, but the company kept begging him to stay until they found the right successor. That's how I feel. I don't know the truth, but I feel like the company begged him to stay for as long as he have. But you know, you did the best you could. You gave us Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar back, all the stuff in the theme parks. We had Avatar Land while under you. all the great expansions. You know, you've done a lot. You've done a lot of work. You've employed a lot of people who did a lot of work, great work. And, you know, I wish best of luck to you and to the guy who comes next. Disney, y'all gotta keep this legacy going. Don't slump down, because there are plenty other movie exec companies and theme park companies that want that crown. Don't slack because we lost a great CEO. We got to keep this legacy going and keep building bridges. Even if you are monopolizing, you know, the movie business. But that's all for this vlog. I will catch you guys later. Peace.